it's a wonderful thing what motherhood has done to her. She also even admits in this interview she doesn't want to talk. She said when she was pregnant and now she has a kid, like she didn't want to talk about certain subjects, and I'm assuming those subjects might be like, you know, what I mean, my pussy this, my pussy that, and it's interesting how that happens and how having a child makes a woman kind of start thinking. And by the way, she also admitted to saying that prior or early in her career, she resented the fact that she was a role model. And of course, it's kind of convenient because back then she was doing poses with her pussy, you know what I mean? Like pussy print all out, you know? In the Lil Kim, like, you know, there was a picture of Lil Kim doing it, and she did it. Everything was about like a lot of, you know, sexual talk. But she already did that. And now she's a mother. She's like, you know, she wasn't taking she wasn't taking the role model tag then, because of course if you took that tag then you wouldn't be doing that, and who knows if she didn't do that where her career would be. But now that she's already established, she says, oh, now I understand that I'm a role model. Okay, again, I'm not gonna knock it. I see some growth. I saw her having some conversations about sales, radio especially. She makes valid points. I think Nicki Minaj has been, you know, progressive in seeing where music consumption is and trying to point out that the charts, which people do care about, are using some metrics that aren't in the fans' hands. Like radio is about relationships, not necessarily about what fans want. And these days, you have a lot of on-demand um, outlets and experiences where people can control what they want to do. The part she lost me on is like, it felt like she was having a Kanye moment where she was expressing maybe some frustration. I don't know, but she wanted to get into like fashion. It seems, which I've always said, you know, she had like a little drink at one time. I forgot what it was called. But I think she realizes now the people of her status in the game all have some other huge business that they're into. Like Rihanna with Fenty. Shit. Even though Kim K's not a musician, Kim K got her whole little whatever Skims, whatever. Kylie has whatever, whatever. And I think she wants to get into fashion somewhat. And from what I was hearing from this interview, she seemed a little, you know, trying to figure out the right way or the right people. Maybe she's not getting the right ear from the right people in doing it. So I don't know. She's definitely in a different space of her life, though. And she kind of pretty much admitted that she was not in the right mindset when she dropped Queen. Remember when she was going off on Stormy? Remember that? She went off on Stormy about like album sales. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Remember, I think Travis Scott beat her or something like that? Shit was crazy. Anyway, other than that, she didn't really say much, honestly. Her drinks was mixed Moscato, yeah. Chris Hyrule, you're welcome, my brother. Um, Fresh and Fit. So, oh, apparently she calls out Fresh and Fit at one.
Kim K had her hair wet and so let me make sure I explain this properly.
No, it was on live, I think. Nikki Joe Budden IG live.
They Yeah. need that too.
Spewing this
body lace from? Who the fuck are you talking to? Who the fuck? Who like? Get your dumb ass the fuck down.
Yeah, Nick be going off, yo. You could do this Kanye thing. I'm telling you, you could do it.
You understand? I'm talking about men that feel the need that they can comment on women's bodies and keep saying what we like and what they don't like. Who are you? This ain't about you.
Yeah. Fuck them niggas.
And as a matter, and one more thing, I saw somebody put on their blog that, what is the man, Kevin Samuels, says Kevin Samuels rates Nicki Minaj. First of all, Kevin Samuels rated me, Joe, a 9, right? And they put on the blog that they tried to put the little part where me and Kevin was talking about the 7.5 and tried to say Kevin rated me a 7.5. Kevin rated me a 9. But guess what? That 7.5 or that 9, and this is not about Kevin, because he actually was very respectful on the show when I spoke to him. All you niggas that do that, y'all can take those ratings and shove it up your fucking assholes. Shove it good and hard and deep in your assholes.
Or you can stop.
Okay?
Like, you shouldn't tell women what you think their rating is.
Like, I don't ever want a man to come back on this fucking internet and talk about some fucking lace front. Who the fuck y'all think y'all talking to? That's a conversation you have for your fucking woman behind closed doors. Y'all feel like y'all can constantly disrespect black women? Get the fuck out of here.
I love this.
And to the men that get on and laugh about black women because you mad because some black girl broke your fucking ugly ass heart, like the podcast clown. The podcast clown. I wish the fuck you would have tried that with me, bitch. I wish the fuck you would.
They wouldn't have tried it with you, and you wouldn't have been there.
Never.
Yeah. But
we ain't even gonna get at no light. But my point is, you speak about these things in the privacy of your home with your woman. It's not. This is not embarrassed black woman season. That's not what this is. Who the fuck y'all think y'all talking to or about?
Okay, so that was going at Fresh and Fit, right? I think Fresh and Fit responded. Nikki Joe, let me see.
All right, and we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, regular edition. Today, we're going to talk about why mainstream media is hell-bent on canceling us, guys, and it's a lot deeper than just Nicki Minaj and Joe Budden, so let's get into it, guys.
Let's go.
Okay.
Inexperienced, insecure, fragile, and weak for this stale gimmick to not be seen through. Black women are everything. Especially beautiful. Every kind of beautiful, too. So to hear this from them, LOL. It's laughable, but it's not. The pandering here is at an all-time high. Anyhow,
Yep.
It's not. Y'all don't date black women, fam. Black women don't date y'all. Correction. I'm from Barbados. He's freaking African. We've dated black girls. It just so happens that a preference can be had. Anyhow, to say this as well, I can tell. So you harbor this hate and base opinions off as if you've been on site long enough to even know yourself. And y'all are angry about it. It's just not angry enough to not use them as well. I'm saying this, right? For example, if we were angry, bro, you would see it all the time. We're not angry. We're having fun. We're being lit. We're enjoying life. Our thing is, look, we have a preference, and that's about it. Now, he says as well, these idiots know most podcasts can't get off the ground or gain any traction without love or hate from black women. Bro, please let them know. We were popping before these whole, episodes on World Star showed up.
Yeah.
And actually speaking, a lot of our guests that come on the show, when they share the podcast as well, it grows. So we don't need to have girls going crazy. It just happens that we go live, they go crazy sometimes, and happen to be black girls. Do we know why? No. But it just happens.
Here's the thing. We've built a lane that no one else can really replicate.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have seen it. There's a lot of imitators, but you can imitate, but you can't replicate.
Trying to be us.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that we have a unique niche that no one else can really pull off. No one can bring girls consistently like we do, at the content with the production value that we do, consistently as we do, 5 times plus a week, guys. We give y'all, we post more than any other podcast, and we live stream everything.
Yeah.
No edits, okay?
So when I stutter, that's it, bro.
Yeah, y'all hear the real time, okay?
Yes.
So we're not a pre-recorded podcast like Joe Budden, okay? So now, is that to say, oh my God, we're going to take some accountability because it's live? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that whatsoever. Crazy shit does happen. But what I'm trying to say here is that we don't have the convenience of editing out the craziness when girls act up, bro.
Yeah.
We don't. Everything y'all see is live. And here's the thing. Y'all know, even people that hate us, that have been in this studio, know that nothing is scripted. Even our biggest haters have to tell you the truth that, none of that shit is scripted. Them girls is really that fucking crazy, bro.
Yep.
So
Keep it 100.
You know? So, okay, let's finish reading this thing here. So he makes this lengthy-ass post on Instagram, like, trying to virtue signal and attack our character while raising himself up. And, he took it down because people in the comments were roasting him.
So he says...
these idiots know... Okay, both actors feel there's nothing more... and I'm on the second paragraph here, guys, on the screen. Then a cheap, tasteless heave at a payday. The words don't match the actions. If you hate them, do it without them. Skip the topic. Don't have them as guests. You clearly don't know how to host them. Don't cater to convo towards them. Say no to every dollar, view, like, download, subscription generated directly or indirectly by them. Then I'll believe you. This is just pure laziness, amongst other things. If you can't find a funny/creative way to be inclusive or discuss dating, then go back to the drawing board. I'll skip the lecture on self-hatred and just be glad they make it so easy to spot. And lastly, yes, we love Shaniqua and Bequisha. Lakeya is a personal favorite. I see why they hate some of you niggas having microphones. Okay, bro. Like,
it's funny because I like to point out, by the way, what Shaniqua have you dated, Joe Biden? Last time I checked, they were Latina, light skin, and just to add insult to injury, at least Fresh and Fit never had any allegations against. If I don't want to say it, you can say it.
What, for doing the whole on some chicks? My man was out here in a white beater.
Perfect. This nigga, bro. Nigga playing Street Fighter in real life with chicks. What the fuck, bro? How do you hit women, dog?
Bro, hit her with the fucking...
After all these altercations in the studio, bro, we've never once laid a hand on a woman.
And girls have assaulted me. You guys have seen girls literally hit me on camera. And I don't do nothing.
But you, Joe... Our friend Joe over there at the Joe Budden podcast.
He's higher and mighty. Hadouken! Yeah, bro. My man. Yo.
I love you, Joe. You're awesome, Joe.
At this point, joke incoming, guys. Yo, he's in the back. Like, he's getting ready. Like, his girl's about to come home. He's fucking listening to Pump It Up. Pump it up. He's in the white beaters like, yeah, this bitch, I'm gonna show her today. Today you gonna learn. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, get over here. And then he hits her with the... God, she owned you guys.
She stunned us.
Wow. The entire thing. This is from.
Personally, it's just my.
The truth. You literally at that point are not gonna be on her radar to listen to, and
fucking clown world. The female way of thinking is considered the right way of thinking. So this is why all these fucking guys are hell bent on coming after us and destroying us. Because guess what? Over here we got independent fucking thought. Are we the only guys that think like this and we're the best, blah, blah, blah? No. Are we right 100% of the time? No. Have we made mistakes in the past?
Yep.
Absolutely. And you guys have seen our growth. We've made mistakes in the past. You guys have seen me act emotional and kick girls off the show erratically and act crazy or whatever. But guess what? Y'all are on this journey with me to self-improvement, and you guys have seen my patience increase. Okay? You guys have seen it. But no one's perfect. But we're working towards becoming better. Here's the difference, though. Male self-improvement is almost required, but female self-improvement is non-existent. As a matter of fact, if you speak about female self-improvement, you're going to be ostracized by society and considered a sexist, a pig, an asshole, whatever the fuck shaming language you want to use.
Yep.
So my thing is this. This podcast, for once, exposes the unflattering realities of both sexes. We talk about the bad for the men, we talk about the bad for the women. But when it's for the bad for the women, no! You can't talk about that! You piece of shit. You toxic asshole. But can't do it.
There is so much hypocrisy in that live stream. And we're going to break it down here, right? But I just want to bring this up to the forefront. So you're telling me Nicki Minaj is for the black queens, right? And for women in its entirety. However, you're on live with the nigga who's hitting women.
Yes.
And you don't call him out.
Nope.
But you call us out.
And you're defending a woman that literally went and made fun of black women on Twitter several times. And you're saying that we're assholes because a woman broke our heart, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
And listen, man, I've never been heartbroken. He's never been heartbroken. We just know the facts.
We're taking L's with women.
Yeah, we're taking
L's and getting rejected or
we're not mad.
Getting heartbroken are two different things, guys.
Look, I love my black queens, man. Shout out to y'all. And my white queens, my Asian queens. The point is that, like, look, we understand human nature. We don't get mad at it. We understand it. We respect it. And we move accordingly. And in that sense, you're at peace because now you know, cool, you know what? I'm not going to put her to a standard that she can't really bring to me. And as a result, I move accordingly and we're both happy. Versus, oh, I'm mad at her because I want her to be this. No, she's who she is. I am who I am, and I accept it. That's it, man.
And yo, I want you to pull up one of her tweets, bro. I got a tweet there from Nicki Minaj, guys, that I want to show you guys real quick because I've always said it that, outside of her music or whatever, I talk about, men should have role models and females should have role models. Nicki Minaj is not a good female role model, guys. Okay, and I say that 10 toes down. I don't care what anyone says because if you try to emulate her, you're probably going to end up single as a woman. Okay, and she goes here on this tweet. Okay, dear men, again, another. This is the common rhetoric here. With the politically correct, right? Let's champion women and make fun of men. Dear men, women don't dress for you, do makeup for you, do their hair for you. Just like most of y'all only fuck for you and not the woman's pleasure. This all for us. This ain't about you. Now go. Thanks for coming. Once again, this is a lie because we know the makeup industry, regardless of how poorly the economy is doing, never goes.
Hey, I'll put it in short. I think Nicki's grown a little bit, but we remember Nicki Minaj. Like Nicki Minaj, I did a video on this because I couldn't believe it. Right, Nicki Minaj tells independent women. Is it that? No, independent women, it's okay. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Nicki Minaj tells independent. Okay. Here it goes. And I did this YouTube video.
Where my ladies at that ain't trying to depend on no man for shit?
She was on stage shouting out independent women.
But if they want to give you gifts and stuff, you can take it. If they want to give you like a couple stacks, you can take it. Just as long as you have your. But it's okay to run that. But it's okay to run that nigga pockets.
What? And this is why I'm gonna excuse it and say growth because a lot of these artists, whatever they say, like they just give bad advice to other females, but they don't follow it. Nicki Minaj just never ran a nigga's pockets. Who? Nicki Minaj is worth 1 million times more than her current husband. Was worth more than Meek. Was financing Safari. So whose pockets was she ever running? But she's giving the advice that she not living. You feel me? That's always the case with a lot of these, these women who are given these bad advices, but it's really they're encouraging single women to stay single because they're preying on them. Really, it's like the city girls. They tell you, get like all this bad advice, and then they all go get knocked up, and they heavy in love. I don't know. Anyway, let me keep listening to this.
Goes out of business. We know hair, makeup, nails, etc. always does well. Why? Let's talk about Nicki Minaj because she's championing black women. And these are all facts. She has stifled more African American women's careers than anyone else in the music industry. Fact.
Facts.
Let's talk about K. Michelle. Let's talk about Cardi B. Let's talk about Meg Thee Stallion. Let's talk about who else here? I wrote all this shit down.
Fast machine.
Yeah. Iggy Azalea. Okay, who's not black, but she's a woman.
Black, yeah.
Right? She's pro-woman and all this other stuff. These are all women in the industry that she stifled because here's the thing with her. She bullies people when she doesn't like them. Fact. Anyone in the music industry knows this. Okay? If you're a blogger or a writer and you write anything that's critical of her music, she will call the radio station and or your employer and try to get you fired. Fact. She uses her fan pages to send people to go ahead and report pages so they get you canceled. Fact. She tried to bully Cardi B over Amigos feature. Ended up losing bullying because obviously Cardi B is with Offset. Ends up making a video, right, where she cries and paints herself as a victim. Fact. Okay? She also went after Lil' Kim, another African-American woman. So, if anything, she's done more harm to black women than we've ever done.
Why do you? Boy, Myron came with the facts, though.
We bring them on our platform, give them an opportunity to advertise their stuff, get exposure, etc. We have a bunch of girls that are on the team that help us out that are African-American. Like, for us, it's not about race. It just so happens that some of the girls that act out are African-American, but we don't single them out because they're African-American. And no one says anything when we kick out white girls or Spanish girls or all the other craziness. It's just that they want to go ahead and sensationalize it when we kick them out and pick that and put that on World Star. We don't pick what the media decides to post, guys, but they're going to try to paint a narrative. As you guys can see, when I showed y'all all the receipts, timeline from January 3rd all the way to now with all the facts, now you guys see a different picture, don't you? Because now you guys got the full context of what the hell is going on, and now what the mainstream media is trying to paint it, where we hate black women, all this other fuck shit that they're trying to say. No, we hate everybody.
If that's the case.
You know what I'm saying? And that, let's see here. What else? Also, man, I got a lot of shit here. Here, you have some? Go ahead.
Remy Ma. I think she should be in there as well. But in any case.
Oh, yeah, Remy Ma. Hey, okay. Hey, unfortunately, here's the thing, yo. Fresh and Fit, because of the Asian doll thing, they're going to always get a bad rep. And because of that clip. You know, they deal with a lot of stuff in terms of logic, this and third. And I think this is why they didn't back down from the comment, right? And if you ask them, they're like, hey, listen, the Shaniqua and Dabble in the Dark comment, it was like we're making a joke and we make fun of every race. You get me? While that logic works because you're being fair and you're not just single out because, you know, some people like self-hate this and third. You're not singling out just black people. Black people are in a protected group. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you can't, like, you know, I even heard Fresh say, like, nobody ever says white queens. Like, nobody says Asian queens. There's only black queens. Let's keep it 100. Like, there is no Asian queens. There is no white queens. There's only black queens. So again, and you know, I don't want to get into too much of it because I do believe the history of black people and the plight, and also how black women probably, you know, not how they feel, but how they are usually, you know, treated in comparison to other races. It makes them kind of like a protected group that jokes aren't just jokes with black people. You know what I mean? And especially black women. So, again, I think that's the only thing they have to realize. So, in a logic sense, they feel like we're being fair. We're not whatever y'all think we are. We're keeping the same energy with everyone. Unfortunately, I think this is where they have to realize, and you know, they're both not like, you know, I think they're both like immigrants, just like me. But you have to realize, based on what black people have been through in this country, you can't just use the same jokes. It's not the same treatment. You know what I mean? It resonates, and it goes to perpetuate stereotypes that's much stronger and used to discriminate than it has been for other races. For example, if you're perpetuating a stereotype, or if you have a joke that denigrates black people or black women to be loud and ratchet, cool. Let's say if you use a stereotype and you use a joke to denigrate white women to be, oh yeah, you a Becky who sucks dick. Well, that stereotype for that white woman won't probably cost them in the marketplace. For a black woman, it will. If the stereotype that women who look a certain way and are black are loud, ratchet, they become unhireable, they become undesirable. A lot of things happen. So I get that aspect of it, and I get their aspect too. I think, everybody's growing. And by the way, I think, I'm glad Myron said that part that I actually, I took in. He's growing. He's like, and by the way, I've watched his last couple shows. They're not kicking out people anymore as much. And the chicks on there now is wilding. These chicks is violating, disrespecting, over talking. He's not kicking them out. He's having patience. So again, unfortunately, what the internet does, and this is one of the reasons, I know some of y'all be like, actors. I know some of y'all just want me to hate them. Come on, listen. I see a group or two dudes who built what they built from nothing, and they're going to make mistakes, and then they're going to learn how to do things better. They're going to learn how to talk to women, on certain platforms better, how to deal with more guests in their studio better. And you got to let people learn. I think they've gotten chastised and admonished a little bit, but I think the problem also becomes a lot of times people close, they're pretty influential. You shouldn't close the door of communication. If anything, try to speak to them and talk and try to get them to learn. You know what I mean? Again, I like to see people learn and evolve. The Akademiks of 2013 is not the Akademiks of 2022. So if you want me to be the judgmental person, it's not going to be me. Sorry. Anyway, the last thing I'm going to touch on before I get the fuck off of here, I didn't even think I was going to be streaming this long, is clearly